It's about that time.
Line dance.
Woo!
Let's
Oh yeah.
talk soul.
It's about that time.
Line dance. Let's
Come on.
talk
It's about
soul.
that time.
Line dance. Let's
Y'all ready?
talk soul.
Listen.
Line dance.
Slide left, right, keep it clean. We're talking soul line dance with the queen. Play trivia, win some money. Ooh, we keep it funny. You don't have to wonder about nothing, 'cause we gon' make it do what it do. What it do. Ready, so ready. Now we're just waiting on you to talk
Soul. Line dance.
with the queen.
Talk soul. Line dance.
Hey,
Talk soul. Line dance.
with the queen.
Talk soul. Line dance.
Hey,
Talk soul. Line dance. Let's talk soul. Line dance.
here we go.
Talk
Come on, come on. Here we go.
line dance.
Here we go.
Talk
Come on, come on. Here we go.
line dance.
Hi. Hello, everyone out there in Line Dance Land. This is Queen Sheila, the leader of the Line Dance Connection, all the way from Tampa, Florida, and founder of Let's Talk Soul Line Dance. So glad that y'all tuned in today. We're so glad to have you. But we're going to get started. Oh, God. Listen, before we get started, I need y'all to, get your parachutes, strap yourself in, your parachute, get your safety belt, what you call the seat belt on your seat and everything, because our guest today is going to take us on a ride, y'all. Trying to tell you, I don't want nobody to fall off. I want everybody to be connected, okay? Just stay there, okay? So before I introduce our guest for today, I'm going to introduce my co-host, none other than Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles has been teaching for over 15 years, started out in Denver, Colorado, and now lives in South Carolina. He has won numerous awards in the community and has taught all over the USA and still teaching today, even though he's retired. He tell us he retired, but he's still teaching today. And he will also be an instructor at the 2023 Annual Urban Dance Symposium. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce to some and present to others none other than that awesome co-host, Mr. Charles. Hey, Mr.
Yeah.
Charles.
Hey, my color
Yeah.
came back. I was in black and white behind the
Black and
stage. What
white.
happened? Yeah, that was
Color
back in the
came
day.
back. I tell you. How are you?
Oh, just kind of wore out, but I'm good. I'm good.
Did y'all get hit with the storm?
No, we myself and my wife, we left that Sunday morning. And even
Uh-huh.
the storm went past us. Now we did go around Cuba, and I heard it
Okay.
hit Cuba, but I think we were
Uh-huh.
around Cuba when we was at Cayman Islands that Wednesday.
Okay.
But we saw some lightning. We was out on the deck seeing lightning and all that, but nothing bad. And
Nothing.
Ava says all the time they never ever get it, and they always miss it. So we
Mm-hmm.
would just, I told people before, here it is, we in the Atlantic Ocean where everybody think it's going to happen. And as soon as we got there, when you called me, worried
Mm-hmm.
about me, thank you very much. It was in California.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the storms in California. Then it came on, the Gulf of Mexico. So we were just blessed that we missed it. That we missed it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a blessing. Definitely.
Yes.
That
Yes.
really was a blessing. Um, well, we have an awesome guest today. I guess Miss Zandra, our other co-host, will get on. She says she'll try to tap in a little while. But our awesome, awesome guest today is his name is Gregory Huff, and he's from New Jersey. And without further ado, and he likes to be called Greg. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you, and you. Don't forget, strap yourself in. I got my seatbelt on. Y'all see me, right? Mr. Charles, wear your seatbelt. You ain't got your seatbelt, Mr. Charles?
It's in the car.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So let me introduce to some and present to others, none other than Gregory Huff. Hey, Gregory.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah,
everybody.
great.
How are you?
I am doing great. How are y'all doing today?
Welcome. We're
Yes,
alive.
Thank you so much.
welcome.
So I'm just going to take a minute to introduce myself
Mhm.
and call you Lady Q and the crew.
Okay. All
Yo,
right.
you, Lady
And
Q.
hi, all the people that's watching and listening. My name is Gregory Huff, and my pronouns are he, him, and his. just by way of description of what I look like, I am a black man with handsome features,
I
wearing
like
a
it.
blue baseball cap that has a glittery silver plastic rhinestone in the shape of a crown on it.
Oh yes, I love
Queen.
it. I didn't see that at first.
Yeah. And on my t-shirt, it has my logo on there. I don't know
Okay.
if you can see it, but it's got a
Uh-huh.
rainbow with
Uh-huh.
me catching the
Yes.
rainbow. It has my name, Greg, on the rainbow.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I live in New Jersey with my husband, and I've been line dancing for over 12 years.
Okay.
I started choreographing my own line dances as a result of the pandemic. I started
Okay.
my own YouTube channel, Line Dances by Gregory Huff. And I had a few line dances stored up before that, and I really didn't know what to do with them. And then the pandemic happened. We couldn't go anywhere. I said, I'm going to start choreographing my line dances. And I
Uh-huh.
post a new line dance ever since that time, once every month, a new one every month.
Okay.
And I am also a multimedia artist
Okay.
that I work at the post office as well. And in case you're wondering why I introduce myself with my pronouns and describe what I'm wearing, I try to be conscious of people that have hearing or vision impairments
Okay.
who might be watching the podcast. You
Okay.
can't always tell from a person's voice what gender they are or how they prefer to be addressed. So in case anyone's listening, just listening to the podcast, I describe how I look so they know.
Okay.
And
That's
thank you
good.
so
Thank
much for
you.
having me.
Yes.
Well, we
Yes.
don't need to ask him no questions. He kind of covered a lot of stuff. But I'm getting ready to go change too. All right, I got another hat off in there, Greg. I know I can put on. Shit, don't mess with me.
I love
Crazy.
it. I love it. I love it.
Get my shirt.
Y'all crazy.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Well, you want the first question, Queen?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. I wanted to ask Gregory about first, just tell us more about yourself. You know, when did you start line dancing? I know you said a little bit about it, but why did you start line dancing? What
Yeah.
drew you to line dance? That's the
Mhm.
question.
Well, that's a very good story, actually. And what happened was I met my husband, John, who was
Okay.
then a good friend. And then we started dating, and he loved line dancing. That's his
Okay.
thing. I knew
Okay.
nothing about line dance at all. I was kind of a shy person, so you wouldn't even see me on the floor because I'd
Okay.
be embarrassed. But anyhow,
No, that's
so
fine.
as our relationship grew more serious, I
Mhm.
saw, and we were going line dancing every weekend. I said,
Okay.
you know what? Either I'm going to wind up sitting here at the bar watching him line dance all night and have all this fun, and I don't know how to do it for
Uh-huh.
the rest of our life, or I'm going to learn how to line dance. So I found somebody who would teach me private lessons because I didn't want to get too
Mhm.
embarrassed messing up on the floor. So, so I got somebody to teach me one of his favorite line dances at the time.
Uh-huh.
And so his birthday was coming up, and I contacted a local club that we liked to go to from time to time to celebrate his birthday there,
Uh-huh.
and got them to arrange to play a two-step song that we could dance to for his birthday, as well as the line dance song that I had practiced and learned. So
Okay.
when they put that song on, and he would normally get on the floor by himself. Well, this time I ran out to the floor next to him, and he was just so excited that I had learned how to finally do it. It wasn't an easy dance. This was one of those past improver level. It had to have been like more intermediate level kind of dance.
Okay.
I figured to myself, well, if I could learn one of the harder ones first, then
Uh-huh.
the rest of them have to be a little bit easier.
There you go.
There you
And
go.
so
There you go.
that's what started it. The bug bit me, and I've been dancing ever since. And that was in 2010, I believe it was. So
Okay.
yeah,
So that was when you started dancing, right? In 2010?
2010.
What
Yeah.
was this at, Greg? Where was it at again? And we're in New Jersey.
This was at a bar in Asbury Park called Paradise. We used to go there every weekend, and the instructor's name was Jody. Hi, Jody, in case you're watching, and KT. She was working there too. And then the place where we had the birthday celebration at was called the Big Apple Ranch, and that's in New York.
Okay, Greg,
I've
do me a
been.
favor. Turn your computer volume down
Sure.
because you're doing the same thing I was doing.
Is that better?
Say something.
Is that better?
You know what? It's mine.
You
Okay.
got all that stuff on yours.
Okay, there we go.
We're good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Asbury Park. I've been to
cool.
Asbury Park.
Okay.
Yeah, I went out there on a blind date back in the 80s. Yeah.
Mhm.
It should have stayed blind. Like,
No.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness.
she sent me a picture of her 10 years ago. I was like, that you? Where you at? I remember Asbury Park, man. I'm telling you. Isn't that a lake or something like Belton or start with a B? Out there?
I don't recall the lake part, but I do know it's right. The place where we were at is right next to the ocean.
Yeah, there's an ocean. Yeah, okay.
Boardwalk and everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Not too far
What?
from the Stone Pony and all that stuff.
This was a while back.
Mhm.
So what is your plans? What are your goals now that you're doing all your stuff? What is your goal? What makes you happy doing all this? Or what makes you happy?
Well, what really makes me happy when I do my line dances is just finding the joy within the dance and trying to put that into the movements that I create and choreograph and really bring that out so that when people do the dance, they can also feel the joy too. And that's part of what really makes me happy when I do the line dances. And when I'm out there on the floor doing someone else's choreography, I put my 100% in there, and it's just, I love it. I absolutely love dancing. And that's something I never knew until I met John. So that's really interesting.
Oh, okay.
Let me just tell you a little tidbit. The only
Okay.
other dancing that I used to do was in the kind of church that I went to. If a certain song came on and the spirit hit me, I would be all over the church. I was one of them. So
Yeah.
that's
church,
really a kind of dancing.
You get sanctified in church sometimes. You get the feeling. You
Yeah.
do.
Really?
Hey, Queen, I might have to put my shades on. I look sleepy.
Uh-oh.
Well, I took my glasses off and I can't see. I was like, I guess I better put them back on because I'm doing like this.
I might have to go on cool duty or something. I know I've been tired, but
What makes your line dance classes unique, Greg?
Okay, the story of how I got started teaching. I taught at the YMCA, which was local right next to me. And how I got started doing that was we noticed they had a line dance class. We had joined the Y and we wanted to check it out.
Okay.
And we brought our dance shoes when we went there. And the day that we went there and put on our dance shoes, the instructor said, these are some real dancers here now. So, and it wasn't long after that. Her name is Maria. Hi, Maria, in case you're watching. It wasn't long after that. She is a snowbird, and so she would go down to Florida for the winter and come back in the spring. And she asked one of us if we could teach the class for her while we were gone. And she would introduce us to the management and see if they would hire us and everything. And so John wasn't able to do that. And I said, you know what, maybe I'll try it. I've never taught a line dance class before. As much as I love doing it, maybe I could teach it too. So I practiced, and that's how I got started doing teaching the classes. And what made my classes especially different is the fact that I would give the class a birthday. I give them little birthday gift bags when it was their birthday. I also made sure to always incorporate stretching into the class. Every class started with stretching. Partly so if someone's late, they could come in and feel like they didn't miss anything, but also because I felt it was important to know the muscles that you're stretching and to stretch them properly before you start dancing so that you could keep your balance. And another thing that I would do for my classes, I used to always make sure that everyone felt welcome. And part of that was the Y invites everyone to come. And one of my classes, a person who was partially blind came to the
Okay.
class. And
Uh-huh.
so I had to make sure to make accommodations for that person so that they could have a good experience as well. Another thing that I did for my classes was I would play the dances at slower speeds at first so that the students would make sure that they would catch on to it and then finally put it at full speed so that they could really learn the dance and do it at the proper speed. I
Okay.
talked about nutrition and different things. I always tried to incorporate more than dance in. I felt it was important to try to create a community in the
Oh,
class.
yeah.
Okay.
And another thing that I did was for the decibel level, which was important. There was a spin class that was right across from my classroom, and their classroom was smaller. And so they had the bikes in there, they had this huge speaker that was making a lot of music, but the teacher was yelling over that on top of it. And
Mhm.
so it was a very small space, but the music came outside of the class into mine. And the students that go to my class were saying, well, that's it's too loud and we're not able to really if we're in his class or if we're in someone else's class where the music is too loud, what do we do? So I gave them a few options. There were apps that you can access on your phone that tell you the decibel level of the room that you're in.
Okay.
I also made sure that they had earplugs with them if they wanted to use them. And also I took an extra step where I bought a decibel meter and I gave it to the management at the Y. So that way, if anyone did tell the Y about the teacher, they would have a tool that they could use to show, maybe you could turn it down a little bit, so it's not like my word against yours. Here's a machine or a tool that says yes, the level's too loud,
Go
so
too
please turn
high.
it down.
Okay.
So nobody's feelings get hurt over. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's just things like that that I would do for my classes to make it really special for them.
I was gonna say, Gregory, I saw you. Um, the reason why I called you, contacted you, I saw one of your dances. I saw you dancing online.
Oh,
And I said, "Wow, he has a unique style,
Oh, thank
of
you.
dancing." And so that's why I wanted to contact you. Got his new look on. That's why I wanted to
I get
contact
tired looking at me. All right, I'm ready now.
you. Just, to say, "Hey, this is somebody I want to interview," so we get to talk to him and just talk about your unique style and the fact that you seem to have so much fun when you dance. You could see the energy, you could see the happiness, because a lot of people, don't get me wrong, a lot of people dance, but they don't show it on their face.
Mhm.
They might be getting it in their body, but they face be looking like, they not enjoying
Yes,
it. But I
Yes.
saw with you, you was like, "Oh, come on now, let's get this, let's do this," and I was
Mhm.
like, "Wow." So it means a lot. People don't understand that your body language tells a lot about you. Like Mr. Charles is chilling right now, right? Mr. Charles with your sunshades on.
you know it. Cool duty. I'm on cool duty.
So cool, dude.
That is
You got
awesome.
you gotta learn to have fun. You
Yes,
gotta
that's
learn
so
to have
Got a
true.
fun.
question?
You do. Yeah, I was gonna say, how long is your classes, Greg? And how come I don't know about you? Are you my Facebook friend?
I don't know that we're Facebook friends yet, but we will be today.
Yeah,
I'll say
for
that.
sure. I just
Okay.
kicked a bunch of people off my page because I met a bunch of people on the ship. So I got room for you.
Awesome. I'm coming in. I'm coming in. So my classes took place prior to the pandemic. I was
Uh,
teaching during the week. I had weeknight classes at the Y,
Okay.
and two things kind of stopped it. One was the pandemic happening, and two, my schedule at work changed, and I was no
Okay.
longer able to teach the nighttime classes. and they really wanted the nighttime ones as opposed to daytime ones. So
Okay.
at the moment, I'm still on staff at the Y,
Uh-huh.
and they need to call me for special events or things like that. They do that. I've taught virtual lessons at the Y,
Okay.
and I'm looking to get back into that. So if anyone from the Y is watching, yes, I'm looking to get back in.
Well, now how long are your classes?
My classes were hour and 15 minutes.
Why the 15 minutes? What's that about?
I think that had to do with the way that they schedule things at the Y.
Oh, okay.
It give you 15 minutes extra, and then you have another 15 minutes before the next class started.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
At least that's how it was at the moment.
Okay. Hi, Melva.
Hey, Melba, was you on that ship? I didn't see Melba. She did. She didn't come say hi to me.
I know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm supposed to have met her. Yeah. Because I was going to ask you, Queen, what happened to all the stuff on the side? Are people having problems logging in? And
But she
And,
said your Facebook is not showing, and I don't know why.
I
Because
know, because
It shows on my screen that it's working.
we usually, Greg, we have a lot of people chirping in.
Yeah.
Last week was a few. They were there. Like you said, a lot of people saw it, but something, ever since that new Facebook.
Right. And see, Facebook changed something, and for whatever reason, I even went in and deleted Facebook and then put it back in. And
What'd she say?
she said no, she was on the Mediterranean cruise.
Oh,
On
okay.
your cruise. Yeah, she's on your
Oh,
cruise. But thank you for
Oh.
tuning in, Melva. Maybe I need to put something on Facebook and say go to YouTube. I don't know
or
why.
something, yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
I enjoy the comments and stuff because
Yeah.
Greg keep telling people, hopefully they watch and they probably are, but they probably can't make a comment.
And make comment.
I
Yeah.
know, that's sad too, because when the trivia part comes in,
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Me and Queen got to answer.
Yeah. Greg, I have a question. What is your process of choreographing? I'm not that one. Sorry. How do you choose the songs that you choreograph dances to?
I choose the songs that I choreograph to because when a song moves me, when my body starts to move, or when my feet start to move, or I start thinking about choreography to a song, or it just feels so good, I feel like I need to choreograph something to that. That's
Uh-huh.
basically how I choose a song. And the songs don't have to be, if you look at the body of my work, you'll see that my songs run the gamut. I have Spanish songs that I use. I've choreographed to an Indian song as well, like from India, Indian,
Okay.
incorporating a few of the Indian type moves into it. And so whatever hits me, that's what gets me pretty much.
Okay.
Now, see, now you got me. What is your page again?
My channel is called Line Dances by Gregory Huff, and that's on YouTube.
Line. So you're not on Facebook at all?
I am on Facebook, but I don't have a dedicated line dance presence on there. It's
Okay,
just
so you
my
don't see
regular.
YouTube. That's probably why. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll get you.
awesome.
I got to see all this for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to see him dance, Mr. Charles. I listen, I was just looking through YouTube or something, and he came up, and I was like, hey, I don't know him. I got to get him on the show.
Who that? Who that?
Yes.
And the other thing that I do is I'll choreograph chair line dances where I'm sitting in the chair, and it's primarily arm movements that I'm doing, so
Okay.
that people who are not able to physically dance, they can still participate in the song, so that everybody can be a part.
And it's funny that you say that. I had class on Saturday, and I mean, I think the fullest class I've had in a long time since the pandemic. And it was a lady, well, we have a glass, it's a glass wall. And there was a lady sitting outside the classroom in a wheelchair. And I was like, wow. And all I started to do was just say, thank you, Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We have an opportunity. We get up every day. We got an opportunity to dance
Amen.
and move around. And here's someone who wants to come in and dance. you know, and I said, well, come on in. You know, I would have changed to something that she could do. But
Mhm.
she was like, no, I just want to watch, just want to watch. So I said, okay. But it's funny that you say that because I also teach special needs.
Mhm.
So 5, 6, 7, 8 did a dance called, I want to say chair dance praise break or something like that. It's called. I don't know if you've seen it, but like you said, everything is with the arms, and they say, okay, do the
Yes.
roller coaster, woo, woo,
Yes.
everything with
Yes.
the arms, and it's really good. Excuse me. So I use that when I do my special needs classes. So it was interesting that you said it, Mr. Charles. Have you ever taught special needs classes?
No, but I had special needs people come to my
Come
class
to
when I
your
was
class?
younger.
Oh,
Yeah, and to me that touched my heart because they wanted to come dance with us, with the kids.
yes.
Now the chair thing, they did some chair dances on the cruise, but they were like something like pole dancing, chair dances.
That
And so
sounds
everybody
interesting.
told me, my wife was part of it, so everybody told me I need to go buy some chairs. I don't know
Okay.
what they're talking about. That woman, did you see her queen out there dancing in front of that whole ship?
I saw her.
Yeah,
Yes.
you gotta see it, Greg. She danced, they picked her to dance in front of the whole ship.
Yeah, and she was getting
Wow.
it too. She was
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
it.
she was. She
Yes,
was happy, and that
yes,
was
having a
good.
good time. It was basically
Yeah.
about a good time, you know.
Yes. Yes.
Nothing
That's right.
derogatory, nothing, you know, bad, just a good time. You could tell
Just a good
everybody was
time.
clapping and, you know,
Yes.
it was just a good time. And you know what? That's what I think we need to get back to in line dancing is the fun of it. You know,
Yes.
it's not all about the dollar. It's not all about who got the biggest class.
Okay.
Listen, somebody came on the show, Mr. Charles, I don't know if you remember, and told us if you could have a class of 100, if 99 of them leave there and haven't learned a thing, then you have not done your job.
No.
Mhm.
You
No.
know, and so I like that. I don't remember who said it, Mr. Charles. I don't know if you remember.
I remember, but I can't remember who said it.
Yeah,
Uh,
somebody told us that, and I was like, that resonated with me. You know, you think it, but you don't resonate on it, you know, and
Yes.
say, you know what? Because
Are
like
you having
Saturday,
fun?
I had like 12 new members
Mhm.
in my class. And so I had to teach things that was like the glue. The glue has 4
Simple.
steps.
Mhm.
Simple.
You know, real simple. I taught Easy Boogaloo. They had a
Mhm.
problem getting that first step, but after that,
Easy
they
Yes.
were
Boogaloo. You
getting it.
know Easy Boogaloo.
Yes.
I,
So,
I
so
taught
I
that
had
one,
to
Greg.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, he taught that one. That's where I got it from him. But we have to the best line dance instructors are those who read their class. You have to know what you have in your class. You cannot teach advanced dance if you got 12 new people who don't know what a sailor step is. Really?
Yes.
You know?
You
So
know, Queen, I would
Mhm.
always say that it's always, you can get people, but true instructors get them back.
that's
Yes.
They
right.
have to
True.
come
Yes,
back
Mhm.
because
definitely.
they enjoyed it. They didn't, like
Mhm.
you said, you got to walk before you run. All that flipping and flopping. What was you saying, Greg? All that hard stuff. No,
Yeah.
no, no. You can
Right.
get to that later on, but when you're promoting, you have to promote something simple. Like me and Big Moochie always say, simple sales. That's why Big Moochie is
That's
such a big star right
mhm.
now.
That's right.
Simple
You're
sales.
right.
Yes.
His dances
And
are so simple, so easy. Anybody can do it.
exactly.
You know?
And the thing about it too is just remembering that, like you said, focusing on the fun and that there's something that everyone can do. Even if you can't do everything, you might be able to do some part of it,
So
Right.
and everybody has to start somewhere. We
Yeah.
didn't all start learning the most advanced stuff. So
Okay.
there's
That's right.
always a place for the basic instruction. And that
mhm.
was another thing I would incorporate into my class is I would find out what steps specifically the students were struggling with. Like you said, a sailor step. Okay, so let's take about 5-10 minutes at the start of the class, and we're going to just do nothing but sailor steps. We're going to start real slow and
Okay.
then increase the speed until you feel confident doing it. So I try to do repetitive things in that way to help students along the way so that when I would say sailor step, they would know how to do it and
They
feel
would know what you're
confident,
talking about.
you know?
Oh, yes. So one last question, and we're gonna move on in our program.
Mhm.
Gregory, what are you doing for National Line Dance Week?
National Line Dance Week. Well, I am going to premiere my line dance for it's a chair line dance that I have already choreographed and it's ready to go and it's going to be premiered on my YouTube channel during Line Dance Week and that's
Okay.
going to be my main promotion for it as well as telling everybody I know
Okay.
time about National Line Dance Week and getting people to be more involved and celebrated about it. I know at one point on one of your previous episodes, you mentioned something about having T-shirts made up and stuff like that, and I thought that that was an excellent idea. You know,
Okay.
I'm not sure if that was ever done, but I think it's a great one.
Oh yeah. Listen, we have I think every color that they print
Yeah.
in my class.
Use them all up.
Our,
Yeah.
our most famous one is our black and white, the
Yeah.
one where we did the Tucker dance, or most of our dances on my page with the black and white. But I mean, we have. Well, I was gonna say I have green and blue and orange and yellow. I have a yellow and black, a black and white.
Mhm.
You name red, you name it. We have every color, but it's just because when we dance at the state fair or we can't wear the same shirt all the time.
Right, right,
Have
yep.
to change up
How
sometimes.
long you been teaching, Queen? How long you been teaching?
10 years.
10 years.
Awesome, awesome.
A lot of shirts.
It's my 10th
Yeah.
anniversary.
Oh my
So
gosh.
yeah, and well, just about every year, think about it. We do a new shirt for our symposium. So and Greg, I'm gonna tell you about our symposium when we get further down in the show.
Awesome.
So let's see. Melva is telling me that maybe I need to hit something on for Facebook, but it
Get up.
shows that my Facebook is working.
How did you get on there, Melvin? How did Melvin get
Melva's
on
on
there?
YouTube,
Oh, she's on YouTube. Yeah, we lost all our Facebook people.
right?
All
Wow.
our
I don't know
family.
why, and all of them are showing. They're showing that they're working. All
Yeah,
on.
this is second week.